Hello everybody, welcome along. I'm going to do a little cooking demonstration with you again. So it's Tuesday just after 12:30 and we're going to do a live cook along, and this is the corn fritters in the TM7. I've already got the recipe here loaded into Cookie-Doo, which is our platform that holds all of our amazing recipes. So hope you enjoy this one. I'm going to adapt it just slightly because I didn't have an ingredient. I'm going to replace it with another that I particularly like, but I'm going to have to just modify that as I go along. So hope you enjoy this, and please reach out if there's anything you need. So we're going to start. So we're going to push our start menu and we're going to go through the process. But before I begin everything, I'm actually going to jump out of that again and blend up my, so I'm going to go to manual mode and I'm going to blend up my zucchini because it doesn't ask for it in the recipe. So I'm going to do this in a manual mode. So I'm going to just pop them in and we're going to chop them. And then I'll be getting as much of the liquid out as I possibly can because that will affect the recipe. Popping our lid on, and I'm just going to go for 3 seconds. We can always add more. And we're going to go for speed 4, and then we'll see what that looks like. So away we go. Cutting that all up for me so I don't have to do that manually. And let's have a look inside the bowl and see what we think of that. Oh, I might go just a little bit more so that it's a little bit more cut up. So we're going to go speed 4.5. 5, and we're going to go for 4 seconds, and away we go. And I can hear that now. I'm going to stop that, and we're going to go stop, and we're going to have a look. So there we go. That's the sort of look that I was going for. And then I'm going to put this in a bowl to strain off any of the excess liquid. So I've got to get one of my spatulas that's in the drainer here that's been washed. And I'm going to get all of that out and pop it in so that we can get rid of any excess liquid. We don't want that getting into our recipe because it will affect how it turns out. It makes it not as nice. So this one I'm going to make and then I'll show you the results in the end after, and I'll pop those up on my socials. But if you're looking on Cookie-Doo, you can see the corn fritters in there, but my shape's also going to be different. I like to have these for breakfast, so I'm going to cook them up and freeze them so that I've got them when I need them. In the morning, I can just pull one out. I can pop it in the air fryer. That's how I like to have it, with poached egg on it, maybe with some beautiful relish that I've had one of my lovely customers give to me, a gift to me when I did their demonstration. Okay, so I'm going to strain that out. I've actually got some paper towel. Then I'm going to just push some of the liquid out, and you'll see how much liquid comes out of that. Just get as much out as we can without being too pedantic. Oh. So there we go, we're getting that out. And I've got all my other ingredients out here on the bench ready. I find that one of my tips that helps with cooking. It also helps me keep the kitchen clean as I go. And once they're all done, I can pop it all into the dishwasher, and less to do after. It's one of my things I do not like, washing dishes. Don't know about you. Let me know your thoughts. Okay. So you can see the liquid that's come out of that. So we're going to discard that. We don't want that. Get rid of all of it. And then I'm going to pop that with my corn that's also been done. So the corn's already been done. I'm going to put the two together. So the weighing of this will be not quite the same as what's in Cookie-Doo, but we know that that's going to be the case. So we're going to go back out of the manual mode, go back up, and we're at our recipe here, and it saves the position from where we currently were at that last step. So I'm just going to do a quick wipe of the bowl, rinse and wipe, just rinse all that off. So we're just getting the majority of the zucchini out. Then I'm going to get my tea towel and make sure that it's nice and dry because we're putting in bread next. So we've got some stale bread that's left over. Mine was actually bread that I had in the freezer, but I know that it's going to be on the stale side, so it just makes it a little easier when we're combining. Okay, so that's good enough for what I want. Roll back into position, and then we're going to, got to tear the scales. So it's going to be slightly out once again because I'm doing a little bit more wet ingredients. So it's asking for 70. We're just over. That'll be fine. And it's ticking it off. I'm going to put a little bit more flour in. So then we go next, and it's going to grate this up. And away we go. 10 seconds, speed 10. And then we'll have a look at what that looks like. So you can see the breadcrumbs in there now. So that's a good way of using up old bread. So it says transfer to bowl and set aside. I'm going to get another bowl out. Right. Next, then we're going to start placing all of our other ingredients in. So here we have some garlic and onion already, and we're going to pop those in, and I'm going to tick those off. The garlic, the onion, red peppers I don't have, so this is when we've got, I'm going to have to tick that. Parsley I'm not adding today, and then we're going to chop that up. Insulated bowl is great. It's rather quick. So you can see that once you go through these processes, it becomes so much easier to do and make from home. So this is where you save money and you look after your health because you know what's in there. All right, so we're going to add the corn, and this is where I'm adding the zucchini as well. So this is my mixture. I'm adding all of that in. Tried to get as much moisture out as I could. So I'm ticking that because it's going to be out with the scales with what I put in. Then we're going to add 100 grams of flour. This is asking for strong bread flour. Putting all of that in. I'm ticking that because it's a little bit more than was asked. Some sea salt flakes is what I've got here. You could add any other flavourings that you like in there as well. A little bit more for flavour. You could also add some garlic powder, some spices, whatever floats your boat. So I'm doing that. Then I'm going to add my egg. One egg goes in, off to the side. Tick that, and we're going to go next. And reserve breadcrumbs. All in. Tick, next. And then away we go. So that's going to combine that, and then you'll see the mixture. I'm actually going to pop that back into my bowl that I had, so it's going to make it easier for me when I scoop them out to fry them. So you'll see what this looks like, and this is the point when we can adjust everything. So seeing if everything is combined, I'm scraping down the side. So what does it say next? I'm going to go back to that step and make sure that everything is combined. It looks pretty good to me. I am really quite happy with that. And this is a set. I'm going to tip this out onto the board, into my bowl, sorry. And then we're going to start cooking. But while I've got you here, I'm just going to show you some things while I pop that into my bowl. I'm going to show you our So that's some things that I like to highlight to you. Now here is my mixture that I've got all ready, and then I'm going to fry that off in little balls, and I'm going to try and make them so that they're nice and round so that I can have those with a nice poached egg on the top. So that's just a little cooking demonstration that I've added in there for you today. So my name is Michelle Darby, Lady Thermomix-a-lot, your Thermomix consultant here in Brisbane and Australia-wide. So let me help you. Very excited to be supporting new customers as they come on board and become part of my Thermomix family. So let's talk soon. This was just a little quick demonstration. Have a fabo day, and I'm going to talk to you later and see you soon. Bye.